The weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather. And we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Atlanta Falcons.
Jake Bailey set to kick off.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Throwing from the outset is Penix. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack. A lot of talk the other day about them wanting to quiet this home crowd early and often. Very first play of the game, they do just that.
You're exactly right about that, because that's often a conversation when you go on the road and you travel. Let's take the crowd out of it. What a great way of doing so by putting the quarterback on the deck.
They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
And it is caught. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. The Falcons sitting at a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That one is blown up by Jordan Brooks, the linebacker.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's Penix. He's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 37-yard line. To the air, Penix. He's got his man London right side. So he stopped for no gain. And that'll make it 2nd down. But you look at this defense. They come into this one ranked number 5 in the NFL against the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. Throwing again, Penix. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. On the bootleg, it's Penix. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Tua going to throw. And they're going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Dolphins are on the board first here this afternoon. The try here for the extra point. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins.
Makes the score Dolphins 7, Falcons 0. Jake Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
And he powers his way up past the 30.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Here comes 3rd down and 7. And looking to throw, Penix. taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. Well, starting drive number 2 off on the right foot. Completion for the first down. Drive 1 is they had to be pretty frustrating because they moved the football. They just didn't get any points out of it.
But warm-up QB, too. Let's bring in the backup. I mean, my goodness, you take them downfield and you don't score points. You know, I'm being totally facetious here, right? I'm just kidding. Nice first drive. Rarely do teams score on every single drive in a game, but they like what they did there. They just hope they can pay it off this time with some points.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
On first and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. They'll throw with Penix. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. DJ Shark, 31 yards. And the Falcons are an extra point away from drawing level. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. He missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point.
Bradley Pinion set to kick off.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to side.
They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On first down, back to Achane. Taking it right down Broadway. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devon Achane with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is up to 8. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fighting his way through contact. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
Every guy that plays this game has plenty of people around him that are concerned for his health and well-being. He had no regard for his body on that catch at all, did he?
Middle of the field, diving to grab it? No, he didn't.
Now Penix.
And this is incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Penix to the air once more.
Sharp's got it left side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 83 yards receiving now for him on the afternoon as he's got a first down here.
At the 48-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Penix. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 6. A play fake. Now Penix.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Jalen Phillips. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. And Sharp pulls it in. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
And I believe that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll go for it. Here's Penix. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
76 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. Now Achane on 1st and 10.
And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa.
Oh, looking for water, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And the Falcons are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tails out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Penix. Throws right back to London, complete again. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 5 at the 17-yard line.
Penix working out of the gun here. Throw out wide is incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. To throw again is Penix. And that will be incomplete as well. So now 4th down looming. Remember, these guys went for it on their last drive, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, even though it didn't work out, I would not be surprised at all if they went ahead and did it again.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Darn right.
A 34-yard attempt.
Oh, that one got away from him. Short distance kick missed. No good. Way wide to the right. And that will keep the lead at 8.
Wow, that qualifies as a bad miss because anything inside of 40 should be automatic. That's a big mistake right there.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Here's Achane to start the drive. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
That's who is going to change things up. That's out to Hill, right side complete. His 2nd catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Bradley Pinion set to kick off.
The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the 2nd half gets started. And he returns this to the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this 2nd half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Now a 2nd and 10. That's caught. Nick Westbrook-Akine with it. He's still on his feet. Inside the 10. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Nick Westbrook-Akine, 78 yards. And the Dolphins come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Extra point right down the middle. is up to 15 now.
Falcons 6. Jake Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now back to throw. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. After the turnover, it's Tua. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
No question, that was needed by the defense because they're already trailing by a couple of scores. They had to get off the field without allowing another one. That sack on the first play, that may have derailed this drive.
From the gun, it's Tua. On target over the middle to Hill. Just a gain of a couple there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw.
Open man, Westbrook-Ikhine.
They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
They'll pass up a field goal attempt. It would have been a 45-yarder. Now they'll go for it on 4th. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill. His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year.
And the Dolphins take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory right at the 40.
Here's Penix. They try to find Chark, but it's intercepted. Down the left sideline.
And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
All right, go ahead, go. Ready.
Here's Tua. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Hill. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
Achane going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Ready, team.
Tua now, 3rd and goal.
Over the middle and complete to Waddle.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown.
Jalen Waddle,
a 5-yard touchdown.
and the Dolphins get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Jake Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
On the return, the Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
To the air, Penix. That's going to be caught downfield by Chark.
And he will be taken down, and a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory as they're down to the 29-yard line. And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
And the Dolphins are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to a backup.
Troy Anderson, the man on the tackle.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd down and 7.
Looking to pass. Tua. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
Now they'll send Waddle in motion left. Now Tua just going to back this forward on the end around.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
They're going deep for Hill. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 54 yards.
And the Dolphins look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Again, it's Robinson. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Jalen Phillips able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Talk about two sides of the ball at cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. Their front 7, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
They are going for it. Penix.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Running right, here's Achane.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane.
And pretty good running as he'll be close to a 1st down at the Falcons' 24.
94 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
Play action, now it's Tua. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
2nd and 10. Now Penix. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And looking to throw, Penix. This pass is caught by London. And he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some...
And now here's another interception. Now they can't bring him down. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And they take a knee. And they will take a knee here. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one. So not only